everybody, welcome to Stone to React. So glad you're here joining me today. I know it's been a while. You won't believe what happened. My sister slipped and fell in her house and broke her hip. She had surgery a little over a week ago, so it has been utter chaos. She is a fiercely independent woman, and the thought of her having to rely on somebody is like a nightmare. It's so hard for her, but she's getting around real good. Thank God everything went well. So, yeah, be careful, guys. Don't keep plastic bags around your feet in the bathroom. Lesson learned. Okay, so we're going to get into Chantal's video. This is food mukbang, and then she has another one which is like she says she's raging because a snowman, whatever his name is making some type of series about her. I guess he must have posted it, that she's seen it. I don't know. But we are going to get into this one, and I am going to speed her up. Let's do that right now. 1.5. Okay, let's get into it.
Me and my face. I am back. I'm sitting in a more comfortable chair than the hard chairs that we have with our kitchen table. So yeah, so I'm doing a have dinner with me type of mukbang.
I mean, let's just take this in right now. Let's celebrate. She has a camera on. She is cammed up. She's sitting in the family room with way too many sofas in a small room, but that's for another day. And she's got her table in front of her, and she is about to go down and eat.
Have a mystery box here. Let's see what's inside. Okay, so we have, let's take this out. Ooh. We have some Kuwaiti food. Julia, do you want this box?
Of course. See what she has.
I have a wine glass with ice. Okay.
Wine glass
and this
with
is just
ice.
The freshest squeeze, like they just juiced it right now. Pomegranate juice. Okay. Oh, it's like iced. So it's like frozen or something.
Pomegranate juice.
Yeah. What the heck?
Oh my, it's frozen. Ooh.
Okay, well,
that sounds awful.
Anyways, yeah, there's that. Julia, you cannot have any of this. I have a delicious looking pomegranate salad with lemon. Why do the seeds have to come out? I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that too. Like when you squeeze a lemon.
So pomegranate and roca with a pomegranate dressing. Very refreshing. Okay. Yes. And the pièce de résistance is this homemade bread. I'm super hungry, as usual. This bread, salad. Let's try this juice. Bismillah.
All right, so I looked up the Palm Wonderful pomegranate juice, 16 fluid ounces, just to kind of get an idea, because I don't know. I've never actually. I usually just eat pomegranate, but I've never looked at the actual calories and such for it. So I'm looking at it now. For 8 fluid ounces, and that would be 2 servings in the bottle. I think that's probably the size she has. So you'd have to times this by 2 if she drinks the whole thing. Calories 160, 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, sodium 5 milligrams. Carbs are 39 milligrams, and total sugar is 34 grams. Sorry, I meant to say grams before too, but that will give you an idea of what the nutrition looks like for the pomegranate juice. The salad wouldn't be much at all. And then you have the pita bread. I'm curious to see what the pita bread is.
Let's see. Very tart. Do you guys like pomegranates? I like the juice more than eating them. I like eating them in salad, but just by themselves, the seeds are a bit too crunchy. Sorry if it's moving. The cat is wheezing. So this is called hamis. And hamis is like chicken chunks with potatoes. This is potato, batata in Arabic. Chicken and batata hamis. And it has peppers, tomatoes. It's like a stir fry. Onions. It's so good. You eat it with bread. But I want to try the salad. Yeah, peppers, pomegranates. Beauty bite. taking my lipstick off. I don't want collagen lip gloss in my food.
I'm actually trying to look up
So
the
you take some bread
hummus.
and you eat it like that.
I'm trying to look up this hummus, but I'm having a hard time finding it, but I'll keep looking. Oh, I think I found it. It's a
I don't find it
Saudi
spicy, maybe a little bit.
dinner.
And it's get away from my salad. It's breast meat. So my favorite is the breast meat. I don't like
Okay,
dark
I
meat as
think.
much.
Okay, so I found something called hummus lamb, which I'm guessing is what she's eating. It's the only thing I can find. And it says this is a dish of meat cooked with onion and spices. The spices are mainly sweet, like clover and ginger with some black pepper as well. The flavor of the meat is enhanced but not covered. This is eaten with a piece of bread, the normal pita from the grocery store. Okay. Um, Anything else in this? The flavor and texture were amazing. Okay, so that's what that is.
I'll still eat it
I'm gonna
sometimes,
see
like
if I can
wings
find
or
some
chicken legs. I don't
nutrition
know.
on it. Okay.
Yum. Mm. The vinaigrette tastes similar to a balsamic, but it's made with pomegranate molasses. It's so good. Okay, I'm gonna put some. Makes me laugh, but there's this creator on TikTok, the guy with the list. Mm.
Okay, so I didn't find anything on that dinner, obviously, because it's a cuisine that's probably specific to. It looks like it's Saudi Arabia, I think it's from, um, but from that part of the world. So they probably don't even have it online. But I did look up the pita bread. So one large pita bread, which she has two right there. One would be 165 calories, zero point 0.7 grams of total fat, 322 milligrams of sodium, 72 milligrams of potassium. The total cholesterol is 33. So if we were to look at the cholesterol, I'm sorry, the carbohydrates so far, I believe the pomegranate was 34. So yeah, you've got like 67. Um, yeah, carbs. And then dietary fiber 1.3, protein is 5. So that gives you an idea. She eats both of them. You got to times that by 2. And look, what she's eating is not unhealthy, okay? It's very healthy. There's nothing wrong fundamentally with what she's eating. However, we have to be concerned about the quantity. Now, the pomegranate juice, it would have probably been better if she had selected one of those small glasses. They have those small little water glasses. That would have given her a smaller, maybe instead of 6 fluid ounces, 4 fluid ounces. I don't know. Something a little bit smaller, considering how much carbs it has, as well as sugar that it has, and considering the fact that she is diabetic and has all the health issues that she has on top of her morbid obesity. It would make sense for her to have less of the pomegranate juice and maybe more of the salad. The dishes she's having, which from what I'm seeing and what I've read about it, it's meat with vegetables. I'm thinking I'm not sure. She might have said what type of meat she got, but it kind of looks like chicken. But I could be wrong. And vegetables, so onions and some maybe green peppers, red peppers, something sweet. So it's those types of vegetables. That in itself is not unhealthy. Could she eat less? Yeah, I would say if she kept it to half, since she normally would eat the whole thing, if she had kept it to half, it probably would have been a better idea. The salad is fine. But again, she has more pomegranate in there, right? So you got more carbs, more sugar on top of the juice that she's drinking. So again, it's not what she's eating, it's how she's portioning it. Like there's certain things sitting here in front of her that could have been less. You instead of eating two pita breads, eat one. So we'll see how she does throughout the video.
He makes a list of things that give girls ick. You know, like the ick, when you get the ick from like a dude or something.
The ick from the dude.
Some of the things are really weird. And one of the things the girl said was, um, when a man orders white meat,
Yeah. What about it? Yeah, what do you got to say? My husband loves white meat. What? 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 Say it.
I don't know. Some of them are weird.
I mean, there is nothing finer than Chantal about to tell us something and leave us hanging until and that's when she decides to chew the food, right? Am I right? Am I wrong here? I mean, that's when she chews because normally she inhales her food, but when she has something to say, she makes it a point to take her time chewing.
It makes for a good laugh. Mm.
Okay, what about the white
Have you
chicken
guys
meat?
ever had roca?
She's not going to tell us. Forget it. Never mind.
It's like a peppery green. Julia. Mm. I cannot tell you how elated I am
You're elated, huh?
that I can sit here
Good.
and do this video. Because, like, mhm. I don't even know, like maybe 9 days or something. It was over a week, I think. There's no way. There's just no way I could do that. I couldn't sit. It was worse. So,
Oh, wait a minute, guys. I got to
yeah. I
pause
mean, I've already talked about this
this.
part of my health, so it's nothing new, but I'm grateful. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Shove it in, Chantal.
That I'm not in pain. I'm gonna add some water. Dilute it. So
That's
yummy.
probably a good idea.
It was bad. It was bad. People who have it know. Because even before, like, it's one of those things you experience to really know what it's like.
Chantal, I can definitely
But my
tell
grandmother had it.
you that a lot of people can relate to back pain, in particular lower back pain. I know a lot of people in my own life who have severe back pain and the lower back pain and sciatica going on. I fortunately don't have lower back pain. Mine is my neck area, so I can't relate, but it is pretty common. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate to what that pain is like.
Pretty bad. And she used to complain about it. And sometimes I, would massage her sore area. But I never really understood, like, mm, how bad. I thought maybe it was just a dull ache, but no, it's like a legit huge pain. It's bad.
Yeah, back pain is no fun.
But, and I mean, I thought I would never heal. I don't know why, but
Well, if you don't start addressing your health issues and the mental component of it all, you are going to find yourself in this same situation again. I mean, this isn't the first time you've had to run yourself to the emergency room over a situation. And if you keep going in this direction, you're going to find yourself yet again in bad pain. And it's only going to get worse, Shanta, because I'm going to tell you this much. As you get older, it gets worse. The more out of shape you are, you're going to feel it so much more. That's why like I concentrate on weightlifting at my age. I'm in my 50s. So I concentrate on muscle and strength. I mean, I already lost my weight, so I don't have that issue, thankfully. But I work on building muscle because strength as you get older is so crucial because That is what's going to keep you going. But you're going to find yourself more and more bedbound as you get older if you do not lose the weight, because it is much harder when you're older. Not only is the pain harder to tolerate, but it's also harder to get around, because on top of the pain, you have all this weight. So it is far more difficult than someone who is thin and in severe pain.
Anyway, I'm very thankful for that. Oh, this bread is so fresh. I love it. And this is the best thing. I crave it all the time. I could make this, I'm sure, but
I'm sure you could. But I mean,
maybe I
could
will try
she
to make it.
stand
I've
that
been craving
long
shepherd's
in the
pie.
kitchen?
Not shepherd's pie, cottage pie. Shepherd's pie is made with lamb.
She wants that. She wants that. Chicken pot pie again, everybody. That's what she's jonesing for. She's daydreaming about that. A big
And I prefer beef.
pot right in front of her.
Mm.
She throwing food on the floor. Oh my god, she's such a slob. My OCD would
I
be
was so
off
hungry.
the charts with her.
So I'm hoping to have my like kitchen organized.
Like, what all are you doing in your kitchen that you have to spend time getting it organized? I mean, how many times do you go grocery haul and you're putting that stuff away? You don't ever really cook. You do takeout majority of the time. So I'm not sure what you have to now reorganize again just to get into that motivational space of being able to do a video. Is that what it takes, Chantal? Is that what it takes? Like, you have to go through the entire process over and over again, reorganize your kitchen, make it all clean. Because if I think about it, that's how you were even before, right? You would be getting takeout, all this stuff. Then suddenly your house was such a wreck, you'd go through it and clean it all up, right? It was nice and tidy and clean. The kitchen was spick and span, and you'd cook something. Then again, you would cook a few meals, you would do a hauls, and then the place would turn to shit again. And you'd go through the whole process again of cleaning it all up and going through that all over again. So maybe this is a thing for her.
So I can do some cooking. Like for videos because
She misses
I've just been
cooking.
having like simple
I'll
things
tell
here.
you why she misses
Like bread.
cooking. She misses cooking because she can make gargantuous sized food, right? Like, she can make enormous amounts of food and nobody would have to know. Nobody would have to see. She's doing it in her place. She's cooking it and she's sitting down and she's eating it. It hasn't been portioned out for her by a restaurant. It's not a single portion meal or a double portion meal. This is family size. She's able to do this when she has control over what she's making. That's why she wants to get back in the kitchen. Sure, the takeout's great because it's perfect for her laziness level. But in reality, if she really, really wants to get down and eat something of substance, she knows she has to make it herself.
Cheese, olives, stuff like that. Mm. And if I do these videos, I'm just gonna have dinner with you guys. I haven't had cottage pie in so long, actually. So this is amazing. I wish you could try it. The potatoes are so soft. Yum. Mm. Very filling with the bread, though. A lot of restaurants here make their own bread. So fresh and delicious.
Oh, yeah, I mean, over there it's worth it. I mean, they have enough demand for it. And people are going to
Mm.
expect it to be good because it's their
These kinds of
native
things people eat
food.
with pita instead of a fork, pretty much.
All right, so she ate the one pita. Let's see if she's going to eat the second one. That's going to be the real test. So she's eaten half of the container. So how much time do we have? Oh, so
Oh, yeah, this is a
she's
Kuwaiti dish.
close to the end. So she's probably, what do we think? She's going to leave that and say she's going to give it to hubby, but we actually know she's going to eat it when she gets off the live. Or is it possible that in less than 4 minutes she'll be able to finish the rest? I don't know. Yeah, she's still got the salad.
Mm. The dressing is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have the one bread. That's enough.
Minute Clinic at CVS offers expert care from skin conditions.
What the hell is that?
But they're still filling.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was weird.
Nice to be chilling in the living room again.
I hit an advertisement. That's strange.
That's good guy looting too. Anyway, delicious meal. I'm pretty full actually. I ate that really quickly.
Yeah.
But I'm so hungry.
Now she's going to try to convince us that she feels really full when we know that's definitely not the case.
When I'm really hungry, I eat so fast.
And you just said you're really, really hungry, so we know you're definitely going to be finishing that when you get off this video.
Anyways, guys, so I guess this is like phase 1. I'm starting to feel better.
Good. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Before I know it, I'll be able to be back out doing things and cooking.
Absolutely.
Making cottage pie. I hate just being down and out.
Please don't make it in that big pan.
After a while, like I said, I get tired and I just keep fighting. So
it's got to be depressing.
The nurses at the clinic were like, "Wow, you're walking and you're feeling a lot better." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, again, alhamdulillah." Anyways, guys, so that's about it. I'm also going to be preparing for Ramadan. It's like March 10th, so that's soon. That's in like a month and a few days.
Got plenty of time.
Yes. So I have Ramadan goals and thinking about what I want to achieve this Ramadan and how I want my schedule to be.
Yeah, because you have a really hectic schedule.
I think it could be pretty interesting content. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm in for that content. Give it to us. Give us something good.
My birthday's in March also, so my birthday will also be during Ramadan, which is very special. So, yeesh. Anyway, I'm gonna head out now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on to her next clip. So hold on. All right, so we are back. Let me just make sure. Yep, okay. So we are going to dive into her next video, which is heavily, heavily filtered, as we can see, called Raging About a New Series Being, oh, I got it blocked with my little menu thing, being made about me. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to speed this up as well. I'm going to make her a little faster. Okay, here we go.
So, today I woke up and chose violence. This video is going to be me addressing these dumb documentaries made about me. Well, they're not just about me. There are a lot made about other creators as well. I'm doing this because...
I thought she wasn't going to be addressing this stuff. I mean, haven't we already been through this? I thought you said you weren't going to be addressing this stuff.
There's a channel that, just like the rest, picks on content creators they see as failures, I guess, and it's usually either Amber Lynn or I. I find it weird that a grown man...
He does a lot of other people. It's not just you or Amber. There's a lot of different people he does.
...chooses to obsess over the lives of the two same women, basically beating a dead horse, but whatever. Speaking of beating dead horses, figuratively, not literally, of course, this new quote-unquote docu-series being made about me will not, by the way, spoiler, will not contain anything new that you haven't heard.
Quote unquote. Actually, no, it's not quote unquote because it's actually a docu-series. It's not like it's just a figment of your imagination or something. Okay.
A million times before. Also from these few other overly dramatic, embellished bullcrap documentaries, such as Canadian Horror Story, for example. First off, a documentary is supposed...
I thought that one was excellent, Chantal. I don't know what you're talking about. We need these docu-series people. You know, they put so much time and effort into these things, and what they do is they pull your story together, the truth of your story. And that's what's so beautiful about it. You know, you have reactors, and then you got these people who do these videos, these docu-series and such. Sorry, if my voice is sounding differently right now than earlier, it's because I'm sitting in a different part of my house. All right.
Supposed to be educational. There's nothing educational about me, about these videos, because you were only able to make conclusions based on limited information about my life. What is educational about me eating and telling stories from my past, for example? My life is really not that interesting, nor is my content to warrant 3 hours of an in-depth character study that these creators fabricate. Not only that, they try to analyze me from what seems to be a psychological approach or, about my eating disorder or other matters when they're not even qualified to do that.
Oh
Being some
boy.
edgelord living in your parents' basement, reading Kiwi Farms all day does not make you a credible source of information. You are not doctors, you are not therapists, and you are certainly not experts on my life.
Oh
So
my
each of
god,
these dumb
that's great.
documentaries starts off with
That's
some dramatic
great.
cinematic intro.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Imagine,
Wait.
like, how am I that interesting? Anyway, I guess
Okay, let's back up. Let's back up. So now many of us are, I guess, the docu-series people. I guess not us reactors. Now she's talking to docu-series people. Just sit around and play games in our mother's basement and go on Kiwi Farms. She really has a very low view of all of us. She really does. I think she genuinely feels that she is a superior human being.
I'm flattered. So the music is super annoying because it sets the tone of sadness, hopelessness, drama, regret. Again, speculating that we as the subjects feel that way about our lives. Maybe some do. That's their problem. I don't. And here's
No, what's sad is that you should feel that way about your life, yet you don't feel those things. So the reality is any normal person in your situation would feel sad, depressed, wanting to change things, feeling, you know, just all kinds of things. That's actually real. How you are is not how most people are. Chantal's the type of person, like, if she's deleted the stream, it's never happened, even though like copies of it exist everywhere. Or if she says something, it's not relevant the next day. It was yesterday. It has nothing to do with today. That's how she sees her life. And she thinks like everybody else lives like that. And that's a problem because not everybody lives like that. Not everybody's living in the moment and only in the moment.
why. And here's why I don't care if people cancel me, unsub, make 4-hour documentaries about me.
Oh,
It's because
Chantal, none of us want to not follow you anymore. You're way too entertaining, honey.
I know I'm human. I know I'm flawed. Show me one person with a perfect life or past, and I'll shut up. Just one. God made obstacles for us as tests. Life is personal and each individual has their own tailored path. So unless, and this is key, unless you are living in that person's shoes or life path, you really cannot say what you would do or how you would react to certain situations.
But the thing is, Chantal, there are people out there, a lot of people, who have been through similar things as you have and are trying to help you by sharing their own stories or their own experiences and their advice. And what you're doing is you're not taking it the way it should be received. You're taking it as criticism, where in fact it's not criticism per se, it's more of trying to wake you up, trying to get you to see where your errors are. Trying to get you out of the delusion, right? Like a lot of these YouTubers now are noticing that they are in a delusion. They only see the person they see on the video or behind the camera. They see their filtered self. They really have no realistic view of who they are and their lives. And this is something people see. You live in a delusion.
Because you are not living it. You will always be looking from the outside.
Like I said, many of us have been through similar things as you. I mean, yeah, I haven't been through probably 99% of what you've been through in life. However, I'm fiercely stubborn, so I understand that side of you, okay? And I used to be fat. So I've been there. Like that type of stuff, I've been there. And other people have had their own experiences. And when they share it, they're sharing it because they're saying, I can relate. I understand. I've been through it. And this is how you can work your way out of it.
Outside in, and that gives you a very limited view. Trust me. Second, I have not done anything so terrible as to warrant that much criticism. I'm sorry, but it's true. People pick apart every little detail.
Are you serious, Chantal? Chantal, don't make one of these docu-series people make a long ass video with all the terrible things you've said and done. I mean, Chantal, you hit way below the belt. What planet are you living on? You are mean and nasty and calculating, and you're awful. I mean, you have no loyalty, no yeah, no loyalty, no integrity. Like you don't have these fundamental things that people look in other people. You're very flawed in a sense of you lie a lot, you use manipulation a lot. There are a lot of things about you that are not good. I mean, you turn on people and then you dox them. I mean, should we go on? Please stop that. You definitely are in a position where people have the right to criticize you because you've actually done things to people.
Irrelevant, trivial details. If I play a video game I suck at the first time I play it as a first timer amateur, which is normal, that somehow warrants a 5-hour live stream. Similarly with these documentaries, a 3-hour ordeal on me eating pasta and going on and off diets and talking about my abuser and low-key victim shaming. Sorry, former.
So she watched it.
Abuser. This new series about to come out again. This has this ridiculous cinematic trailer and the first.
Okay, so she saw the trailer. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, because I didn't see it come up. So.
First sentence from the intro song they so carefully chose for it starts with basically, "You are the reason your father wasn't there." Nice choice of song. Blaming a child for their father being a deadbeat, absent parent, it's never the child's fault. I can tell already by the stage that was set with this trailer, this will also be a load of crap series. But nonetheless, it's very lucrative because there's a lot of haters who will eat it up with a fork and spoon. Like I said, beating a dead horse. We already heard my life story. We already blamed me for dropping the charges, which if you simply use Google, many women in narcissistic abusive situations do that. It's the past. I don't live there anymore. You are reliving someone's trauma.
Chantal, I don't think anybody is punishing you for dropping charges and whatnot. The problem is when you lie, okay? If you go back in that time, if you recall, you initially said that he was being physically abusive. You used the words he kicked you, punched you, pulled you, kicked your cat, right? Do you remember all that? Okay. And then you backpedaled it and said to us, I'm not talking about to the cops, he said to us that no, none of that happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Then you went back and said you're abused again. So the problem is you lie like a lot.
Trauma in someone's past for your own gain. It's weird and all too common. Anything I have gone through is normal because many have gone through similar things. Getting too drunk and saying things we don't mean. For example, Cuba rage gets rubbed in my face like I give a crap that I raged on my abuser after.
No, because Cuba rage was who you genuinely are. See, that person we saw in Cuba, that's you. We all know that's the Chantal in the raw. That's just how nasty Chantal can get. Because she's nasty. A mean person.
After being subjected to a weekend of having my car keys and phone hidden and being pushed into situations I was not comfortable with. The Uvalde incident. I didn't write pumped up kicks, by the way. I didn't attack kids. That is something that gets twisted. Again, this is a...
You do strategically put certain songs and things in place. Trust me, we're not stupid.
Perfect example. I remember sobbing for them and mocking the gun culture of the U.S. because it's not a secret that the U.S. has a problem with...
It's not the gun. It's the person behind it, Chantal. Get it? Like, you're not from the U.S. You don't get it. So stay in your Canada.
Shooters. There's a shooting every other day. I was also very drunk, and maybe my delivery was in poor taste, but I would never mock deceased children. Again, another example of how things get twisted to make me look bad. Well, if people want to believe these things about me, I don't care. Recently, I was accused of giggling while telling a true crime story.
Nobody has to twist anything, actually, because we have clips of you in video. I mean, we can quote you. We can actually put video clips of examples of our proof of things that you've done. So I don't know where you're getting the twisting from. I mean, sure, like us reactors will make speculations and stuff like that. One could argue that's twisting things. But for someone doing a docu-series, like they're showing you clips, they're showing you chats, they're showing you all this proof to back up what it is they're actually doing a docu-series about. So I'm not sure where the twisting's happening.
Story. Again, to make me look like a villain. Giggling because the perpetrator had a funny last name. Not because someone was victimized, you morons. My cat's nail situation.
It just was unnecessary. It was in bad taste.
Again, I've explained a million times what happened.
Okay, I don't want to hear about the damn cat. Okay, enough with the cat.
I don't care if you don't believe it or not, and I certainly don't care if I'm hated.
You obviously care because you freaking address it every other week. We are so tired of hearing about your story about your cats.
I get asked that a lot. Do you care you are so hated? No, of course not. I'm also very loved.
Oh yeah, whoever's asking that question, she doesn't care. She does not care that she's hated. She thrives on that.
And I'm grateful to have experienced everything in my life because I trust in God's plan for me. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, people like to throw the fact that as a 15-year-old, I faked an unaliving incident for attention. I was very mentally ill. I was admitted to inpatient even, and I had a lot of issues. Again, that was 25 years ago. So get out of my face with that. Some of you haven't even been alive that long. Why are you all still ruminating and obsessing over my past when it's something I've moved on from? Certain incidents I have learned from and moved on. I grew up. As for the whole thing with
Okay, you might have moved on from those historical situations that happened. However, you continue to present this type of behavior outwardly even now. So it, it, it's not it's I mean, yeah, people bring up the past, but it's relevant because of what you're doing today. You have that same behavior. It hasn't changed. People are trying to show it's a pattern with you. You've always been like this.
Nattered, I don't talk about that at all anymore if you haven't noticed, for a reason. I've moved on.
You don't talk about him because I'm pretty sure Scat Daddy doesn't want to hear it. Okay? Like, no man, unless he's true, like, simp type guy. I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about that guy. But a real man doesn't want to hear about his woman's previous relationship. They don't care. They don't want to hear about it.
So should all of you. That was a deeply traumatic time in my life, and the victim shaming and exploiting the situation over and over is gross. It's gross how people don't believe my story, even though there's video evidence of him being an abuser on video. Oh, and doo-doo, you can keep...
Yeah, but then, okay, so he was abusive, but then you went and you stalked him. Do you remember that whole thing? You remember calling him like hundreds of times, getting in your car, driving all the way to Montreal? I mean, like, literally, what was it, an hour to go to his place? You drove in the middle of the night. You stalked his place. I remember the one time you're like peeking in his windows and whatnot, and then the other time you were trying to get your CPAP machine, and you were banging on the door with a big smile on your face, like you were loving it. Yeah, people find that odd. Like, your behavior is not like you're not some innocent party in all this.
Your abusive, kitchen burning, belly dancing, cigarette money leeching man baby. But anyway, even if no one believes it, I don't care. I don't care.
You were spending a lot of money on that man baby. You were buying that man baby a lot of stuff. So before you sit there and like throw out insults, look at yourself. You once were gonna marry this man. You once were gonna move in an apartment with this man. You once faked an engagement with this man.
If you hate me. I don't care if you make 1,000 crappy documentaries about the same subjects. Most of the information provided for the series was not given by me, someone who's actually lived these experiences, but rather from haters.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he's using clips that are out there. I mean, there's literally copies of everything you've done and said on the internet. Like, you can find everything. So for you to say that it wasn't received by you, that the person didn't acquire it from you, no, actually they did, because when you put the stuff online, we all get it.
Or people with a negative view on my life and personality. People think they know me and my past more than I do myself, which is just absurd, for obvious reasons. These documentaries are therefore the least credible sources of information on me out there. Yes, sure, I have an eating disorder. I can't follow through with much and blah, blah, blah. We all heard this before, but I'm still here and I'm still trying and I'm not giving up. Most times you're wrong about me. There's no surprise though, seeing as you listen to critics, quote unquote, critics who are big jokes. They say I'm not married, for example, and you believe it. Without proof. Even after I've stayed...
Chantal, my stance is you're married, but it's a religious marriage. It's not like a marriage, okay? And that's cool if that's your thing, but don't play it off like you're suddenly going to be an expat, you're going to become a citizen. Like, like get that crap out of your head. Like, you're always going to be on a visa. You're not on that type of level of marriage with him. I don't believe that for 1 second, because if that was the case, I think that you would have integrated yourself far more into the culture and the country and the language and all that stuff.
That it is not legal for us to live together here if not married. No one listens.
And that's why you got the religious marriage, to bypass that little rule, right? There's documentaries on this, on the religious marriages in Islamic countries. Like, it's all over the place, Chantal. We all know this happens. Like it's a marriage. Nobody's saying it's not a marriage, but it's not a government marriage. It's a religious marriage.
And stories are made up because I'm not living the reality you have created for me. It doesn't fit your narrative. You were wrong. Most of you still think it's only a matter of time before I return to the dumpster fire life, and some are sick and waiting for this. Some want me back with the abuser for entertainment. Can you imagine? Sounds like a study on yourself would be more interesting. I made some poor choices in life, but I learned from them and I move on. Some I'm still working on. It's my life, my journey. All this drama is for nothing. People just still feeding off my past for profit. Another thing.
If you didn't have drama, Chantal, your channel would just be gone. Okay? It would be nothing like what it is. You have to have drama. Drama brings views, remember?
People need to knock it off with is this accusing me of exploiting things that happened to me in my life. It's my life. I'm allowed to tell my story. The only one exploiting things at this point are reactors and these dumb documentary makers. The past is the past. Move on. So I'm not allowed to talk about my experiences, but you are allowed to talk about my experiences. Yes, I struggle with problems still in life, but they don't keep me down because why should they? We were designed to overcome things God throws at us.
Hold on
Read the
a
Quran.
second, guys. I got it. Okay, so the contractor is here. I'm hoping my dog won't bark, so let's try.
It will help you understand these concepts. People try so hard every day to bring you down, and it doesn't work, and it never will. Examine your heads and think of why you so desperately want someone to fail. It's a bizarre common ground in Gore world, and that's one of the reasons that community is a pile of dog crap. It exploits the same overweight women, while most of the Gore world people are obsessed overweight.
I don't know what you're talking about, that people want you to fail. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I myself do not want to see you fail. If anything, I would love to see you succeed. I would love for you to prove all of us wrong, okay? That would be amazing. Do it. If you're such a rebel like you say you are, okay, because I'm a hard headed person, so I know what it is to have a rebel mind, okay? If you're that hard headed, you would want to prove everybody wrong, because that's what a real hard headed person is going to do, right? They're going to go, someone who's, likes to do things by their own rules, do it, prove everybody wrong, lose the weight, get healthy, get active. You could do it. If you were really that strong in your mind, you'd do it.
Educated, uncultured weirdos. Anyway, I wanted to address that, so please don't ever come and ask me, have you seen the trailer for the new...
Did she just call all of us uncultured weirdos? Thanks, Chantal. That's really, really mature and advanced of you.
Series on you? I don't care. I don't care if I get canceled again. I don't care if you don't like my content. I mean, here's another example of Gore World being ridiculous. Most of the reactors can't stand mukbangs, but watch every one I make in a 2-hour live stream. Weirdos, voila.
I've never had an issue with their mukbangs. I mean, whatever, it's content.
Anyway, I'm done giving my opinion on these matters, but to summarize, the outrage and exaggerated contrived drama for views is stupid and entertainment fit for those with low intelligence. And no, just because I give my opinion on something doesn't mean I'm affected or bothered by it. By that logic, the reactors who talk about every single thing I do and screech about it for 3 hours straight are super bothered then. I just get asked a lot about my thoughts on all this criticism, quote unquote, not constructive, most of it, and these are my thoughts. Oh, and by the way, some advice is given out of caring and a good place. I'm not attacking you people. Anyway, I get told a lot my channel is tanking and I'm boring. I don't see it that way.
I don't know, Chantal. When I look at your views on your live, which maxed at around 4 something, like 420 something, or I don't know what, on that last live you did, considering you have almost 100K subscribers, that just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't, the numbers don't jive, and I'm an analyst, so I could tell you, they don't jive.
A different phase in my life, and for me it's exciting. And even if I'm battling health issues and an eating disorder, I'm still grateful for all God has given me, and I don't place my self-worth in the words of Gore World or how much money I make. I saw one of these stupid documentaries talking about Boogie2988, another YouTuber, and or how much money I make. Ooh. I saw one of these stupid documentaries talking about Boogie2988, another YouTuber, and while yes, he has done controversial, not so nice things, sometimes the whole documentary was keeping track of his net worth and how much money he had. He even says he's worthless at one point because he has no money. Money does not determine your worth as a person. The sad music documentary basically making a person seem worthless because they are broke. Maybe God made him broke to teach him that his net worth is not measured in dollars and cents. But that's for him to learn.
Well, I don't know anything about this person, but maybe those channels are trying to prove he actually does have money. Because, there are people, I will tell you guys a story real quick. So there is a vlogger who I followed for years, and it's like a prepper woman. And she always does these vlogs, like living on $100 a month, these ridiculously over the top type prepping videos, right? And I started to realize, like, when she was talking, like, she made one video about her tenants and stuff, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this woman has money. She's not poor. And then I looked into it, and yeah, this woman, like, she's got money. Like, she's not talking from a place of experience. Like, she's deceiving everybody on video, playing it off like she's so poor. And yeah, I mean, it happens. So maybe those people that are she's talking about are just trying to prove that in fact that person does have money, that they're playing the poor card because they're trying to get more money out of people. I don't know.
I will never ever let money affect my emotions or gratitude for life. This is one big thing I've learned in life that has been so valuable to me. Wealth is not monetary to me at all. At one point when I was making, let's say, $20,000 a month, I still wasn't happy. I blew through it.
Can you guys imagine making $28,000 in a month sitting in front of a video camera on YouTube? Like, that's wild to me. Like, why aren't we all doing that? I mean, this is crazy that somebody can make that kind of money doing what she does.
It just like Boogie did, and I don't care about it even 1% now. How can I regret an experience I needed to happen to learn from it? To learn that value of
And she's like, money doesn't define me. Oh, that month when I made $28,000.
that money, I had to lose it first. This is how I try to look at life in a positive manner. It's not possible to avoid making human error.
I don't think you look at life necessarily in a positive manner. I think you are an avoider. You don't want to acknowledge anything. You want to just avoid. I think that's how you truck through life. Like yesterday doesn't matter. What I said yesterday doesn't count. What I did, it's you're living in the here and now, and that's it.
Important thing is to realize they will happen and learn from them. If you keep making the same error, you haven't learned how to deal with the problem yet. It's okay. Forgive yourself and be patient. Trust and turn to God. He's in control of your life when you can't be. Anyway, you can make 1,908 documentaries about me, as I've said, and my past, and the turd chef. I don't give a flying crap at all anymore.
You keep saying you don't care, but you do. You're making a 15-minute and 28-second video about how much this is bothering you.
Promise you. Again, same crap, different dramatic, cinematic intro, all to study a life I've shared openly myself anyway.
I think someone's jealous.
I always expose myself because I'm not ashamed to be human. I'm not ashamed to admit my life.
She's probably pissed because he's going to make a shit ton of money, right? Like, because, look, they takes a lot of work to put those series together. I mean, I tried to do some clip stuff, and whew, it's a lot of work. Yeah, and no joke, I give credit to people who do lives all the time. I did one live. Those of you who were there, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. I didn't realize how much work it was. I did not realize, like, you have to have your eyes in, like, multiple places. You're looking at the chat, you're running the video, you're trying to listen at the same time, read chat. And then, like, I follow some people who do lives, like, every day, and they actually have, like, the Discord attached to their live, and they actually could take live phone calls. So they have like periods of time during the live where you can actually call in. And I was like, wow. I mean, you're in that scenario. I mean, you're looking at like, I mean, this one woman, I think she has like 3 active screens. Like, I'm like, wow, that's a lot. So I give credit to those individuals who do multiple lives. I don't know when I'm going to do my next one, but I definitely have to get more knowledgeable with it. It's a lot.
Life has had many errors and is indeed a speckled axe, but it's also perfectly imperfect. And it is my own, and I can't complain. I have a loving family, a few good...
She just said perfectly imperfect. Was she saying that to talk about perfectly imperfect?
friends, a loving husband. Yes, there's been a scandal and it's not perfect, but we're giving it a chance, and there's so much good besides that.
A scandal? A scandal? That was not a scandal. That was just, a turd dumping on you.
And it's been so good since that. And if it turns out to be the wrong decision, oh well, I'll move on like I always do. We have a car, a condo by the ocean.
Yeah, because you know that what happened before is irrelevant and doesn't matter. So of course you'll move on with no problem.
Food, pets, travel experience, the freedom to do whatever we want, to travel, and most importantly, I have my faith. I feel rich in many ways.
But you're missing one thing. With all that stuff, you don't have your health. You without your health, none of that stuff's going to matter. You need to get your health in order. Who cares about the condo by the ocean, the 15 new cars you buy every 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is, the ridiculousness of that? Who cares about that stuff? You don't have your health. What are you going to do when that's completely gone? You need to address that. That's when you'll have truly a good life.
And none have to do with money. You can always make money. Money comes and goes. Anyways, thanks for listening. I will end with saying that I will not be
Scat Daddy wouldn't be sticking around if it wasn't for you bringing in the money, so stop with that.
watching any of these new series coming out about me or any reactions, which I never watch their videos directly anyway, so.
That is such a lie. You know she watches them. I mean, she knows everything that's going on.
I have better things to do. Heck, even picking my nose and staring at the wall is more productive than watching someone discuss how I stir a pot for 3 hours or how I walk weird. Anyways, guys, see you in the next video.
All right, guys, we're gonna end this video here. So that was a lot. So she was definitely like raging, and I love how she titled it "Raging" to just kind of feed into us. But let me know what your thoughts are, and catch you next time. Be safe, everybody.